While Operation Epic Fury is going down in the Middle East, I feel like it's really important to talk about a different EF situation happening on our own turf. The Epstein files, because quite literally, this story is not going away, and unfortunately for some of the worst people in the country, they were very exposed. You know, when I voted for Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America, and I very much wanted him to be president in every way, with every fiber of my being, I do have to say, man, I hope a lot of pedophiles die. Well, it turns out pedophiles overseas are meeting their end, and pedophiles at home are having a terrible day. So Hillary and Bill Clinton just actually met with the House Oversight Committee, and we got the footage. The clips have been released. It's actually here. We get to watch some of the worst people in America that have pushed us to the brink way too many times each. No, Nux, you're not allowed to celebrate when pedophiles die. I don't care, retard. I'm not a leftist. I love when pedophiles die. If you're mad, you should probably go to the other party. The Party is down the hall and to the left. They support transing children and murdering babies and stuff. That's what they do, okay? All right, over here we celebrate the deaths of pedophiles. So let's see what Hillary said. Apparently she had a crash out. She stormed off in the middle. And let's see Bill Clinton. Apparently he almost admitted to some things that he wasn't allowed to, and his lawyers told him he had to stop. We got all the info. I'm more than happy to watch this house of cards crumble. Holy shit, she looks so uncomfortable. It's crazy. All right, lock in, boys and girls. Let's see some very angry potential pedophiles.
And just to make clear for the record.
And also just to make clear for the record, I don't think that Hillary Clinton is a pedophile. Bill Clinton might be. I don't know. I'm on the edge. I think that he very likely is a pedophile. But just to be clear, I think Hillary Clinton never raised any kids. Okay, just for the record, I think she ate them, but I don't think she ever ate them.
Have you ever met Jeffrey Epstein?
I do not recall ever meeting Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh my God! All right, so pay attention to this. Also, I'm gonna break it down. All right, listen, it's in my blood. The Jew lawyer DNA is in my blood. Every time she says, I do not recall, that is a way to escape if they actually end up proving that she did. She doesn't want to get caught lying under oath. So every time she says, I do not recall, just know that that is code for probably yes. I hope you never catch me. And if you do catch me, I could just say, well, I didn't lie. I said under oath I didn't recall, and you can't prove that that's a lie. So pay attention to every time she says no versus every time she says, I do not recall. All right, so that's just some Jew lawyer tricks for you guys. All right, that's why you have me, your resident blue retard. All right, to help you out. Definitely subscribe.
I do not recall ever meeting Jeffrey Epstein. In preparation for this hearing, I was told that he attended an event at the White House that was put on by the White House Historical Association.
She was the Secretary of State, by the way. All right, so I don't believe this for a second.
But I have no recollection of that.
Yeah, sure. I don't believe you. Anyway, notice how she didn't say no. Oh, she looks so uncomfortable, dude. Oh, God. Oh, my God. They're letting her stew
only that
in it.
one time at the White House Historical Association?
That's the only time that I'm aware of that I might have possibly been in the same room with him.
Sure. Sure.
Did you have an initial
Your husband was his bestie, and you might have been in the same room with him once? All right, dude.
impression of Mr. Epstein?
I have no recollection of Mr. Epstein. I'm just told that he was in a room at a dinner that we were hosting for the White House Historical Association.
Oh, so you were at a dinner with him, but you don't recall ever meeting him. Cool. God,
What was your
vampires.
understanding of what Mr. Epstein did for work?
I knew nothing about him.
She never even heard of the guy that her husband was on his private jet 26 times and probably went to his island a whole bunch of times and pool with young women. She had no idea. She never even heard of him. What do you mean? What did I think he did for a living? I had no idea. Jeffrey who? Jeffrey who? I'm not even figuring out. I've only heard of him yesterday.
He was there as an invited guest by the White House Historical Association. That's my best recollection.
I had no idea who he was.
And no one
He was
else
just a
informed
guy.
you of what Mr. Epstein did for work?
No, but we had hundreds and thousands of people who came to the White House. I was not informed of what people did or didn't do for work, especially someone that I never even had a conversation with.
Never even met. Now it's never had a conversation with. Okay, all right.
Do you know
Dude, she
who
squirming.
invited Mr. Epstein to the White House?
I can only tell you what I know, which is that he apparently was a guest.
Notice how she didn't say no, right? She definitely knew who invited Mr. Epstein to the White House, but she's not saying no.
Invited by the White House Historical Association to attend a dinner to thank people who gave money to the White House Historical Association for the upkeep and maintenance of the White House. That's what I was informed of. in preparation for coming here.
Sure. All right. A couple of squirmy answers, not that I recall. All right, so apparently this is her freaking out that an image of her was leaked. Dude, look at her. Look at her. Her face looks like it's melting off.
I have another photos that are being released of the secretary as she is testifying from inside this room. Can you please advise me as to whether or not that's permissible and consistent with the rules, particularly given that we have asked for a public hearing? If there are photos that are being released of the secretary as she is testifying, can you please explain how that
I'm done with this. If you guys are doing that, I am done. You can hold me in contempt from now until the cows come home. This is just typical behavior.
What? What, that a photo of you was released? Dude, we have all the footage now. Did you not think that this footage was coming out? Dude, we have all the footage.
Oh, for heaven's
So I
sake.
would like to understand.
For heaven's sakes, I'm storming out. Hold me in contempt. Oh, that sounds like something someone innocent would say.
And how that's permissible.
Banging the table.
It doesn't
Excuse
matter.
me.
We all are abiding by the same rules.
I will take that down.
Yeah,
So
well,
I would like to take a break at this moment.
yeah,
I would like to have
I'm
a
done
conversation.
for now.
Go off the record.
Wow, dude. That is crazy. That is a legendary crash out. Bro, a photo of me? I said I wanted a public hearing. I'm done with this. Holy shit, she's pathetic. Oh my god. All right, it gets better. Apparently she starts screaming and yelling at Nancy Mace during this.
That's the question. I'm going to answer your question.
Now you're gonna yell
This
at
was
me?
what I spent
You're
my
going to yell at
time
me.
doing.
I'm a
I
survivor
spent,
Dude, she actually looks like a zombie.
trying to look out for other
well,
survivors, trying to
and
protect
I
one
was
another.
taking care
You
of
waited
the
6
people
months
who
to
lost
get here today.
3,000
6 months,
lives
and now you're being
at World
defiant
Trade
and
Center.
indignant today.
you
Why would you accuse me of eating children if I was taking care of people after 9/11? Why would you even accuse me of such a thing? Wow! Did you know that the Dow is at $50,000 right now? The Dow is so high.
asked me
I have
about
met
Howard
with
Lutnick.
Epstein survivors. I'm a survivor myself. You have emails. You've denied that Jeffrey Epstein, that you tried to get Jeffrey Epstein to give money to you.
I did
but
not.
Howard Lutnick was
If
used
you
to
have an
get
email
money.
with me asking Jeffrey
I
Epstein
have
for
an
money,
email from Howard Lutnick sending it to Jeffrey
the question?
Epstein and his
What's the-
people to
I
raise
don't-
money for
I don't
you
know about-
for an event, an intimate event for you at his
I don't know about the thing that I was doing when I was asking people to send me money. I had no recollection of any of this.
his office
Well,
is at Cantor Fitzgerald. You're
look,
going to sit
if
here
you-
today
if you would
and,
let me
and,
finish.
and obfuscate and say to this committee, you didn't try to get money from Jeffrey
Catfight.
Epstein when
I
there was an
didn't.
intimate event in an email.
Like, the reason why I don't buy this is because politicians ask everyone for money. Okay? And you happen to tell that there's this billionaire Democrat donor, Jeffrey Epstein, that's donated to 89% Democrats over his time. You seriously think that I am going to even believe for a half a second that Democrats weren't asking him for money? Like, dude, no, they're not even accusing you of raping kids, all right? They're asking you if you begged him for money, which you probably did. Like, this is insane.
That Howard Lutnick emailed to Epstein's people and Epstein to get him to come to your intimate event at Cantor Fitzgerald, a very small event. And so I'm not going to put up. You want to yell at me, that's fine, but I'll yell right back.
Well,
okay? I am looking out for
it's
survivors.
very-
I'm doing
look.
the job that you would not do and refuse to do as Secretary of State.
True, by the way. All right, this shit was going on under her nose.
Thank you, and I yield back to
No,
Congresswoman.
I'm going to finish answering the question, which I have a right to do. I am very sympathetic to your personal situation. I have read about it. I have seen you testify or speak on the floor about it. And I very much sympathize with not only what
Yeah,
you
no one
went
cares.
through, but
Anyway.
appreciate your effort to stand up for survivors. I was a senator representing the people who were murdered on 9/11. Nobody lost more people than Howard Lutnick. You can say whatever you want. You
That is
can
true.
call him and have him appear before the committee. But
intend
I
to.
knew him.
I'm pretty sure his brother was killed on 9/11.
I knew him as the man.
Right, one of the things, the conspiracies here is that Howard Lutnick, who was Jeffrey Epstein's neighbor and should definitely be asked these questions in front of a committee too, is that he survived on 9/11 even though he worked in the World Trade Center, and his excuse was that I don't remember, that he was dropping his kids off from school or something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but he survived on 9/11. And now that's part of the conspiracy theories, maybe he got advance notice, but his whole family was killed on 9/11. His brother worked in the World Trade Center and he also died on 9/11. So I don't know, I personally don't think that that theory holds a lot of water.
Man who lost the employees that he knew intimately, including his brother.
Yeah, so I don't think that makes Howard Lutnick personally, a victim here. But dude, this whole idea of I'm gonna answer your question. She slams the table. I'm taking care of people that were died in 9/11. So obviously I'm not at fault here about Jeffrey Epstein. Like, that is crazy levels of cope. All right, and dude, look how scared she is here.
The question is, have you ever communicated with any of the following people relating to Jeffrey
All right,
Epstein
dude, this
or
is
Ghislaine
crazy.
Maxwell? Richard Kahn,
No.
Darren N. Dyke,
No.
Sarah Kellen,
No.
Doug Band,
Not that I recall.
Not that I recall.
Lawrence Summers,
No.
Huma Abedin,
Have I ever talked to her about this in preparation for this hearing? I have.
outside of that,
Not that I recall.
Not that I recall. Dude, it's so slimy.
Noam Chomsky,
No.
Leslie Groff,
No.
Nadia Marcinkova,
No.
John Luke Brunel,
No. I don't know most of these people. Should I tell you that I know who they are, or just tell you I never talked to them?
just so you never talked to him,
Okay.
it's fine. Alan Dershowitz,
No.
Kathy Rumler,
No.
Dude, we dodged such a bullet that she never became president of the United States.
Bill Richardson,
No.
George Mitchell,
No.
Dude, we're getting a lot of names of people that were close to Epstein, though.
Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, formerly Prince Andrew,
No.
Peter Mandelson,
No.
Oh, she's fucked.
Reed Hoffman,
Look at her looking around.
No.
Karina Shuliak,
No.
Bill Gates,
No.
I doubt that, man.
Ehud Barak,
No.
Woody Allen,
No.
Bro, we gotta investigate all these guys individually, too. I want to see some pedophiles in jail or dead. Legally dead, all right? Executed. I don't want to... No, not calling for any extrajudicial killings or anything.
Sandy Berger,
No.
Jess Staley,
No.
Paul Morris,
No.
Leon Black,
No.
Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayam,
No.
Leslie Wexner,
Dude, she's
No.
so fucked. Like, she knows she's fucked.
Jack Kessler,
No.
Mark Middleton,
No.
Harvey Weinstein,
No.
Ellie de Rothschild,
No.
Ooh, pause. Interesting.
Ariane de Rothschild,
No.
Any of the Rothschilds.
Lynn Forrester de Rothschild,
No.
any other members of the de Rothschild family.
He literally says any of the Rothschilds.
No.
Oh, please, dude. No one's buying this. That these highly influential, powerful people, that they never interacted with you? Like, are we serious? No one's buying this, dude. This is insane. Yeah, she's cooked, man. She's actually cooked. We hear her breathing, bro. We hear you breathing. All right? You're so done. All right? They actually asked her about Pizzagate, which I think is insane. For those of you that are unaware, Pizzagate was a giant conspiracy theory where they were using pizza and different words as code in order to essentially, allegedly, rape kids. All right? Like, there were a lot of released emails and documents that were true, that were investigated. People in the Clinton Foundation for Crimes Against Children were Cheese Pizza, CP, stood for child porn or child prostitution, and a lot of these other things. Now, there were a lot of people around this pizza conspiracy that ended up mysteriously dying. All right? Some of suicide, some of getting shot by a random police officer in the middle of giving them a traffic ticket, all right? Like, a lot of people are looking into this stuff because these emails are factually true. The question just is if there is an actual plot. I did a whole deep dive on this, and Pizzagate looks like it actually has a lot of truth to it. A lot of truth to it. Like this Comet Pizza place, someone actually ended up running into the pizza place with a machine gun, all right, and shot a whole lot of bullets. Didn't end up killing anybody, thank God, no one got hit, but shot the hard drive of the computer, and they weren't able to actually recover any of the data. All right, like, are we serious? So anyway, very curious about this.
Joint campaign. Okay, sure.
Fun.
Okay, so we have talked about those connections. In past public statements, as in 2017 speeches and interviews, you described Pizzagate as a baseless conspiracy theory, alleging you and others ran a child sex trafficking ring from a Washington pizzeria basement. Have you reviewed any 2025-2026 Epstein files that were released that you believe reference or relate to those specific 2016 claims regarding the Podesta emails, Comet Ping Pong Pizza used as code possibly?
I'm sorry, does
You're
this
asking
relate?
her about whether she's reviewed emails in the Epstein files, which relate to the wacky Pizzagate.
They're still doing it. They're still trying to discredit it. It's not a wacky scandal. What a wacky scandal. Bro, it's not a wacky scandal, okay? We saw Obama order $65,000 of quote-unquote hot dogs from Chicago to be delivered. All right, hot dogs, a part of this Pizzagate code, refer to little boys. All right, I'm not saying that Obama is a pedophile or anything, but I'm also not saying he's not a pedophile. I'm actually making a non-statement statement, all right? This is not a real statement. If I am found suspiciously to have committed suicide with 3 bullets to the back of my head, ruled a drowning, autopsy unavailable, all right, and I suddenly start voting Democrat after I'm dead, all right, you will know that some shit's going on, all right? I am not suicidal. However, for some reason, a lot of the people around the Pizzagate scandal were suicidal.
You could characterize it however you want. I just would like to know if she's familiar with any of them.
So,
She's
excuse me,
commenting.
your question is about whether or not she has reviewed any emails in the Epstein release files about Pizzagate.
No, it's not about Pizzagate specifically. It's also using words as code regarding the, prostitution or consumption of children. Like how jerky was used in really weird terms. It's like, we make jerky on the island. We have been transporting jerky around. All right, what the fuck is jerky? All right, we spent $20,000 on making jerky. Are you serious? Are you serious?
Correct.
Pizzagate was totally made up.
Oh my God,
It
dude.
was an outrageous allegation that ended up hurting a number of people, that caused
So many people ended up committing suicide.
a deranged young man to show up with his assault rifle and shoot up a local pizzeria.
Yeah, that deranged young man, by the way, was the child of a CIA agent, and that deranged young man that shot up the pizza shop ended up going to jail for it, was released, and then immediately got killed by a police officer in a routine traffic stop by accident, oopsie poopsie. All right? Like, dude, and he shot up a hard drive.
I can't believe you're even referencing it. You should be.
There are connections to the
There is.
language.
Well,
I'm
the
not talking
QAnon
about-
people believe there are. So
The QAnon people have been absolutely vindicated on everything. The QAnon people said that there's an elite pedophile ring of elite people raping kids. And there was. Like, you can discredit people as much as you want, Hillary, but it doesn't work anymore. All right, she tried for years to do this, and you know what? It worked. It worked. The conspiracy theorists were completely discredited by the majority of the populace. But the conspiracy theorists were proven right about everything. About COVID vaccines. I think COVID was really the eye-opener. Right? Everyone's telling you to get vaccinated with this vaccine, and there's no side effects to the vaccines. And that was just a proven lie. Like, about all this shit. Like, you can't just discredit people anymore by calling them crazy conspiracy theorists.
I don't know what
have
QAnon
at
people
it.
believe.
Have at it.
But you've accused certain parties, and I think even right now today, of promoting slow walking or information in ways that fuels conspiracies. In your view, did any Epstein-Maxwell related investigations or file handling pre or post 2019 contribute to or intersect with the spread of Pizzagate-style theories about Democrat figures.
Objection.
I have no way of answering. That is the most
speculation.
ridiculously.
Have you or your representatives identified any Epstein
I
file
love how she doesn't deny it. Like, just deny it. Just say, no, I don't know anything. But no, she doesn't say that.
content that has been
Dude, she's shaking. She's shaking. I don't think she expected this.
misinterpreted online to revive those claims? And what steps, if any, have you taken to clarify?
Again, object on the ground of
I think that this is all very
Speculation.
reasonable.
Well, first of all, I don't follow the crazy conspiracy stories that are online.
You mean the ones that were proven correct? I can't. What a crazy conspiracy! It's such a crazy conspiracy story. Pedophiles, elite pedophiles, raping children. Please, that doesn't happen. As she says in an Epstein hearing. Dude, this is actually unbelievable.
I regret that anybody does. I find it quite sad, but also
Quite sad, very disturbing.
that
Everyone's
people
crazy.
would
Oh my
believe
God,
some
I
of
can't
what
believe people would actually believe that this thing that's happening is happening.
is put forth, like Pizzagate. So I have taken no steps to review anything
Do you think
that might
pizza-
have any connection to something which I think is totally bogus.
Sure.
John Podesta, your 2016 campaign chair, appears in some Epstein file contexts. Social overlaps are mentioned.
Podesta was the one with all the leaked emails that started the whole Pizzagate conspiracy, where he was talking about buying industrial meat freezers for cheese pizza and stuff like that. And it's like, all right, dude.
Were you aware of any of the Podesta-related communications in the released files?
Can you
that have-
please provide examples or the evidence that you would like us to review or the exhibits that reflect that in
I
order
can
for her to
get
be able to
I
do
can get
that?
some
mean,
exhibits
somebody
and
starts
pause
with
this
a
question
Speak to
in the
that when you
meantime.
provide those.
I will get those and I will skip that question until we can.
Generally, if she's aware.
Generally, she is asking if she's aware of specific information that is in the files that you all are relying on. Please provide the witness with
If your
copies of that
client
materials.
doesn't know or has no recollection, she's welcome to state so.
We're also welcome to actually see the information that you're speaking
And
to.
again, the representative is asking general.
I mean,
general
really,
questions.
I mean, I expected a lot of interesting questions today, but Pizzagate was not on my list.
Yeah, we know. We know. We saw you sweating and shaking.
That's okay. We're
Dude,
asking.
look at her. She's terrified. She's actually terrified. She thought that the old media was still working. She thought that the old mainstream media way of just discrediting people and firing people if they ask too many questions and just calling them crazy conspiracy theorist nutcases, she really thought that would work. Oh my God. Dude, the Comet Ping Pong Pizza place literally has the same logo as those Boy Love Pizzagate shit. All right, I'm not exaggerating. Like, I've done a whole deep dive on the Pizzagate thing, and I urge you to, if you didn't see mine already, either go watch my video on it or someone else's video on it. But there are way too many coincidences at this point for it to just be completely bogus. All right, maybe it's over exaggerated, but it's definitely some crazy shit going on.
All sorts of things here.
You certainly are. You certainly are.
We're just trying to get the truth out to the American people
Well, that
and
would
get
be
some clarity.
very helpful.
Are you aware of any files that were on Anthony Weiner's laptop in a folder that was titled insurance, life insurance, with a zip file titled
Excuse me,
Frazzle?
I'd like the chairman's
this is
ruling. No,
way
I'd like
outside
the
the
chairman's
scope.
ruling.
This is way
within the
outside the
scope?
scope.
This-
Is this within the scope, Mr.
If
Chairman?
the chairman rules that it's not within the scope, I
Mr.
have
Chairman,
other
based on what
questions.
you said in the public hearing, is this within the scope?
They are trying to shut this down immediately. They don't want her anywhere near this Pizzagate stuff, now that obviously there is a lot of corroboration to all of it. But yeah, holy crap, they are trying very hard here. All right. Oh, I can't believe that they actually got to ask these questions. That's insane. Now, Congressman Robert Garcia says, all right, glad to see these videos and transcripts are out. Releasing video footage is critical to ensure the testimony is fully accessible to the American people. Well, I'm really glad you think so. I'm really glad you think so, because the actual House Oversight Committee released this.
And Chairman Comer said, President Clinton's response was that it was for you to decide, and then Clinton went on to say that President Trump has never said anything to him to make him think he was involved. Now, obviously, we don't have the transcript of that position, but I would love your and what.
Yeah, I think the best response to that is for you to view the complete record of what actually he said.
Right. So let's see the complete record of what he actually said. That completely vindicated Trump.
I hate this, but because I don't believe I should inject anything. But I do not want to leave the impression But since there was no follow-up question, the president never, this is 20-something years ago, never said anything to me to make me think he was involved in anything improper with regard.
All right. Glad we have the evidence. Turns out when Donald Trump said it's a Democrat hoax, he was right. He was actually correct. Oh, no, it's not a hoax. There were actually children that were abused. He never said children weren't abused. He said his involvement was a Democrat hoax. So far, he's been proven so vindicated, it's crazy. Right, from the Epstein emails directly stating that Donald Trump worked with the FBI to arrest him in 2008. Donald Trump cut off contact with him in 2005, threw him out of his club in 2005, got him arrested in 2019. All right, like, are we serious? The files are now released, 2025, 2026. Donald Trump presidency again. Democrats covered it up every single time. Donald Trump worked to expose him every single time. Like, he has been so vindicated, it's crazy.
Epstein either. He just didn't.
President Clinton did bring up some additional information about some discussions with President Trump. I think
the additional information is that he wasn't involved.
That, the way Chairman Comer described it, I don't think is a complete accurate description of what actually was said.
It was completely accurate.
So let's release the full transcript so you can get a full record of what actually was said.
He literally can't bring himself to admit it.
As I said earlier, the only conversation I had with President Trump about this was in the early 2000s. And I have no information that he did anything wrong.
Damn, that's pretty open and shut.
I just want it all out there. I want everybody to get it all out there and let everybody see where we are.
Wow. So it seems like these Democrats that are still trying to push this giant fraudulent claim that Donald Trump's a pedophile with zero evidence, because right now there is zero evidence that Donald Trump is a pedophile, they're still doing their absolute best to push this shit. To the point that they're even saying it's not clear from Bill Clinton's testimony that he thinks he's innocent. It's very clear from Bill Clinton's testimony that he thinks he's innocent. But just for the retards in the back, let's watch the full context.
I hate this, but because I don't believe I should inject anything. But I do not want to leave the impression, but since there was no follow-up question, the president never, this is 20-something years ago, never said anything to me to make me think he was involved in anything improper with regard to Epstein either. He just didn't.
My! Sounds to me like leftoid projection.
That's the truth. As I said earlier, the only conversation I had with President Trump about this was in the early 2000s. And I have no information that he did anything wrong. I just want it all out there. I want everybody to get it all out there.
Yeah, I'm really glad we got it out there. Thank you, sir. It seems like this was a giant Democrat smear campaign. So whenever I see, and in my opinion, this is very obvious, because you see this all the time, Donald Trump is doing a war in Iran to cover up the Epstein files. Dude, the Epstein files so far have vindicated Trump on every single thing ever. It vindicated on him throwing Epstein out of his house in 2005. It vindicated him on working with the FBI to try to get Epstein arrested in 2008. It vindicated him on cutting off contact with Epstein after Epstein was convicted as a pedophile, even though all these other people still had contacts with him. It vindicated Trump that Epstein was working with Democrats, quite literally, to prevent Trump from being president, including with Obama's aides. All right, it literally vindicated him every step of the way. So no, this war with Iran is not a giant cover-up for the Epstein files. Everyone that's saying this is some giant cover-up for the Epstein files, quite literally, in my opinion, is pushing paid jihadist propaganda on purpose, and they know it. The reason why Trump is trying to stop people from developing nuclear and ballistic missiles to destroy all of us is because he's trying to cover up the Epstein files, which isn't getting covered up at all. No one is trying to do this at all, right? Maybe Pam Bondi and the FBI, and that shit needs to be investigated, because I agree, it wasn't handled right. We absolutely need to get more names out. We need to start arresting these people. Don't get me wrong. I fully support that 1000%. But to think that Trump is doing this to distract is obviously so unbelievably retarded. It's insane. Every piece of information that came out regarding Trump has vindicated him thus far. And every time I say it, I get so much shit by these, in my opinion, either bots or retards that constantly try to attack me. Nux, how can you say they're trying to be... So far, there's no evidence. All right, but before we call someone a pedophile, we should have evidence, in my opinion. I've made mistakes in the past, and I don't want to make them again. I try to be incredibly careful with what I say and what I do, and quite literally, these people aren't careful. These people are going around and slandering a man, so far with zero evidence that he actually did anything wrong. Donald Trump has been proven so fucking vindicated, it's honestly sickening that the whole media sphere is still doing this shit. But speaking of evil presidents getting their dues, Bill Clinton got fucking raped by this council. All right, so here's where he has to explain why he showed up in a hot tub with random redacted women with Jeffrey Epstein.
And what we're trying to get at is some context for the public on whether you remember this photo and any details you may be able to provide us about it. So do you recall the details of this photo, or recall the photo being taken?
No, I don't think I ever knew the photo was taken.
Okay, and for those
That does not prove anything.
who can't see it, it's a photo of you in a hot tub. There's a person next to you here. Do you remember where it was taken? Where was it taken?
I'm almost sure that this pic, and I think there's an adjacent photograph, which you probably have,
I'm almost sure, I think, maybe.
that if people saw it, they would feel that someone was trying to con them showing this picture. But anyway, this picture was taken in Brunei.
In where?
We flew one night on a trip to Asia, the last very long leg.
Right.
He said we. Is it who is that including?
Well, my TEL team that was working on the AIDS issue,
But why was this in the Epstein files?
And Mr. Epstein was there, and
Mr. Epstein, Big
Miss
Jeff.
Maxwell. But anyway, we got to the end of
He happened to be there.
the flight was Brunei. It's a tiny place, but a very wealthy one, and the Sultan of Brunei was a man that I had gotten to know well in my 8 years as president. And his first involvement with international matters was basically to join the Asian Pacific Economic Leaders Conference, which I started and which he attended. And
So this guy's basically saying he was in a really small country with really corrupt sultans and officials and stuff and kings and rulers and whatever, with Jeffrey Epstein and with people in a spa, and no wrongdoing was found, probably. I love how he has to explain, hey, I'm not a pedophile on a private island or anything, okay? I'm just bathing with random women in little corrupt islands with rich people. Okay, much better, sir.
And then he was very proud of that, and he hosted. His time came to host it. You know, you do these things in a rotation. And it came at the...
We would do these things in a rotation. You mean to tell me a lot of elites getting together with young women around the world or something? That's... Bro, does his lawyers know that he's just basically saying this?
Either at the very end of my term.
It was his turn to procure the children. I'm exaggerating, obviously, for comedic effect. Don't sue me or kill me with Clintons, okay? Listen, I'm just a comedian, okay?
Or maybe in the next year. Anyway, he wanted, when he knew I was coming, and he said he wanted to help me with my AIDS initiative, and he invited me to stay there. And he said, I want you to stay at this hotel.
The philanthropy of bathing with naked, potentially underage women.
And I hope you'll use the pool. So
I hope you'll
did.
use the pool.
And then I got out and...
It's crazy. Who the fuck, like, president of the United States is just using some random rich guy's pool bathing with random women? Like, on what? On a trip as president? Like, what are we doing? Like, how are we taking... This isn't normal.
Went to bed, exhausted.
Just for the record, there's another
exhausted,
picture that also shows this as part of the larger pool area. Do you all have that so that he can refresh his recollection with respect to that?
We should have it. It's quite enlightening. If you watch this,
Yes, it's noted.
It'll
Yes.
give you a different feel.
Thank you.
Okay.
We don't have it with us right now.
Okay,
We do
thanks. I just
have
wanted
it
to
as
make
well.
sure he knew the
And so
context.
were there other people in that pool or hot tub with you as well?
I don't think there's anybody in the hot tub. I didn't forgotten that there was anybody in the hot tub, but it was big, but it was about...
Well,
He's asking in the pool
it appears
area.
there's
He did not have sexual relations with that hot tub.
this photo, there's a girl over here, or there's someone.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
But he's also asking in the pool area were there other
Yes,
individuals?
I don't know who that is.
Okay, so you don't know?
No, and then there were other people in the pool.
Okay, so do you remember who were they?
We could find out who this is, but the FBI, for some reason, is still redacting these people. Like, I'm just saying, the FBI should know who this person is. All right, this is completely unacceptable.
Under 18? Would you know?
Like, I'm not saying that there
But
is
if part
no
of your
cover-up. There's actively a cover-up. There's definitely a cover-up taking place. I just don't think it's Trump personally specifically. I do think that still there is some retard sitting in the swamp and in power in these intelligence agencies that are just perusing along, trying to still make this world work out for them.
Traveling party, he's asking you.
Yes, they were, I think. I think everybody there was part of our party. It was late at night, and
Oh, so traveling with you and, human trafficker Jeffrey Epstein.
I also believe that there was a Secret Service agent there at the other end of the pool.
Okay, and was this in public?
No way.
No, it was a hotel room, and
Right.
the Sultan wanted us to stay there, and the water of this big pool
You mean to tell me that there was a sultan involved?
was on the same floor. That
Sultans known for marrying adults.
there were several suites, and so.
Man, when I heard that Trump bombed Khamenei and his wife, and Khamenei's wife was killed along with Khamenei, rapist, terrorist, pedophile from Iran, my first thought was, damn, I draw the line at killing children. Okay, all right, that was dark. Okay, all right.
He went out, I swam around, I sat in the hot tub for 5 minutes, or whatever it was, and I got up and
5
went to bed.
minutes.
And then I have to ask.
Pretty good recollection you got there, old Bill. I don't remember who it was. I don't remember who I was with. I thought I was there alone. I was there for 5 minutes and went to bed exhausted. All right.
Did you engage in any sexual activity
No.
with this person? Okay, thank you.
Okay. And that ends.
All right. Well, who knows? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. So anyway, this is crazy, by the way. All right. This is crazy. This is the most damning moment a lot of people are saying.
The witnesses who testified in the Epstein cases that Epstein said, you quote, like them young. Why would Epstein say that about you?
Are you asking his...
All right, because that's a fact. It's a fact that Jeffrey Epstein said Bill Clinton liked them young. That's objective. That's a fact. The question is, what did he mean by that? Well, I think I know, for the record.
Opinion? You're asking him to think about why Mr. Epstein would say
Correct.
something
Why
about him?
why would Epstein say that
So
about
she's
the
asking you
president?
to try to be in Mr. Epstein's mind.
I love how the lawyer has to explain it like he's a literal retard. Just make believe you're in Epstein's head. Why would he possibly say that you like them young?
Guess at what Mr. Epstein would have
Take
thought
a
about.
guess.
Clinton likes them young, referring to girls.
Uh-oh.
First of all,
Oh my God, look at him. He's shaking.
that's not true.
What's not true?
That I have any interest in underage,
Oh my God.
I didn't say underage.
Look at him shaking.
I said young.
but it's still not true.
Is an intern young?
Oh, brutal.
Yes.
Okay.
At my age, anybody younger than
Did
I
you
am.
know Jeffrey
Look at
Epstein
him
instructed a
shaking!
witness to deny you were ever on his island?
One more time. That's incredible. What do you mean by like them young? It's not true.
At my age, anybody younger than I am.
Did you
is
know
young.
Jeffrey Epstein instructed a witness to deny you were ever on his island?
Am I supposed to make believe that didn't look suspicious as fuck? Am I supposed to make believe that didn't literally look like the most suspicious thing I've ever seen in my entire life?
He didn't have to since I was never there.
Did you ever travel to
He claims he was never on his island, even though he was on his plane 26 times.
Zorro Ranch?
Is that the one in New Mexico?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Have you ever flown on anyone else's private jet 26 times or more for overseas trips?
Oh, good question.
I have flown as many miles on other jets, but never with as many stops.
How many
The hell answer is that?
other people's planes have you used, like Epstein 26 times or miles, etc.?
The question is there anyone that you flew with as many times as you flew with Jeffrey Epstein? You know, notorious pedophile, child trafficker.
I don't know. I did with Steve Bing, who's now deceased, and probably with 4 or 5 others.
Okay. So maybe about a half dozen billionaires total. So, how many dinners did you have with Ghislaine Maxwell or Jeffrey
damn.
Epstein in attendance?
She's asking to the best of your recollection.
I have no idea.
Oh, to the best of your recollection.
Okay. Did you ever discuss
That means a
sexual-
lot. Okay, that means a lot. No idea? Come on, dude.
Conduct allegations made against you with Epstein or Maxwell?
Never.
Did Epstein or Maxwell ever offer to help manage or silence women who made sexual misconduct allegations against you?
No.
Did Epstein or Maxwell ever offer financial support directly or indirectly to legal defense funds related to impeachment proceedings or civil actions against you?
Not to my knowledge.
Do you think a young...
Remember, that's the lawyer trick. The lawyer trick is not to my knowledge, because if you end up figuring out that yes, then, well, I just said not to my knowledge. I just didn't know about it.
young girl massaging a president is unusual?
So are you asking his opinion?
Well, he
You're
was
asking his
massaged by
opinion?
a young woman. I'm asking if he thinks it's unusual that a president, sitting president of the United States, leader of the free world, that
So
it's
I'm sorry,
unusual
are
a
you
young woman
speaking
would
to,
be...
are you talking to the instance of the
Yes, is it unusual that
the
a young
back
woman would be
massage
massaging?
that occurred while he was not president? I'm just
God, look at this guy. He looks like he's aging, like, in real time.
trying to understand. You said a president of the United States.
Former president?
Thank you. Just trying to make sure we're correcting the
Are you
time frame.
filibustering?
No, I don't need
Okay.
to. I'm actually trying to make
I
sure
think
that
I'm
as
pretty
you...
clear. He said...
Oh my God, look at him shaking!
Could we just please go one at a time? Thank you.
You said
Dude, and the lawyer is literally yelling with her, you said he's a president. He's actually a former president? It's like, oh my God, just shut up.
sitting president, I want you to be clear so that when he answers
Former
you,
sitting
the
president, how
record
do
is
you want to
clear.
do it? Is it unusual?
I have
Objection
no
calls
idea
for-
if it's unusual.
Objection calls for speculation.
I figured.
Lawyers shutting him up. Do not talk about if it's unusual for presidents to get massages from children. Do not engage with the question, sir. It's speculation. How's he supposed to know if it's unusual? Oh, I can tell you, it's unusual. It's unusual for anyone to get a massage from a child. Okay? Incredibly hot take.
Did you ever think that all these women around Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell was odd, unusual, weird, or creepy?
There weren't all that many around when I was there.
When Bill Clinton came out, they put away all of the women that they were sex trafficking. Likely story.
How many would you say is not all that many?
I think on this big plane that was working long hours, having 2 to 4 people on there, I thought was, as far as I knew, they were all helping.
Flight attendants. and
Yes,
oxygen.
a lot of underage female flight attendants on the plane. Absolutely.
Right.
No.
Do you believe you were a victim of a Jeffrey Epstein intel operation?
Oh, good question.
Do you think that you might have been caught up in some of what he was maybe potentially doing?
Excuse me, Congressman, which question are you asking?
I'm asking
Intel
if the-
operation?
First of all, I don't.
Some type of intel operation. I'm just curious because it's been speculated on today and yesterday
understand.
that he may have been an intel asset. Do you think, perhaps knowing what we know now, the proclivity of it all, that he may have been targeting you as part of an intel operation?
I doubt it.
Okay. In 2019,
All right.
you stated after he was arrested, I guess this would be the second time.
Well, that means that he doubts that he was part of an intel operation at all, which I think is incredibly unlikely at this point. Like, this dude had video cameras in all of his bedrooms. He's inviting billionaires all over. Billionaires, presidents, rich people, princes, prime ministers, like, to his island, his little sex island where he has underage women and cameras in private rooms. Like, I think it's incredibly unlikely that he wasn't somehow connected to intelligence agencies.
You stated you knew nothing of Epstein's, quote, terrible crimes since you only met, quote, briefly on only, quote, 2 occasions.
Oh! It's over.
Was this statement false?
Excuse me, Congressman,
That's
can you
not
put in
an
the
accurate
the
statement.
record
Can you
that
please
statement?
share us what you said?
Yes. In 2019, it was
God.
reported by the media.
Which
Oh, it is so over, bro. Holy crap, they're killing him. All right, so this is the most viral clip of the interview. As you can see, this has 10 million views, 136,000 likes. This is him looking at old photos of him with Epstein with probably completely legal women, and reminiscing over the times. Look at him, looking at the photos of him and old Jeff, and the lawyer snatches away the photos while he's trying to look. Let me see that. Let me see that. Oh my, I should not. He's smiling, bro. Bro, what was that? Taps the photo. Dog, this dude was the most prolific sex trafficker of the modern era. Like, what? Are you serious?
Okay.
Oh yeah, I remember that. What's he laughing about?
Mr. President, we have
Oh my God, that's so bad.
about 5 minutes remaining in the majority's first
That's the
hour,
worst thing
so
I've
I
ever
just wanna
seen, man.
Ask you, some questions related to
Oh my God.
the crimes committed by Mr. Epstein.
God damn. I can't believe we're literally here. But look at this. Bill Clinton smiling, looking back at old Epstein photos, nodding over the memories. His attorney snatches them. Dude, that's insane. All right, apparently it gets even hairier. All right, so this is him talking about why he flew on Jeffrey Epstein's airplane.
The Safe at Home Foundation. And it was designed to combat domestic violence.
Ah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Bill Clinton and Jeffrey Epstein working together to combat domestic violence. Name a better duo. This is just a popular combination, you know, of a crime-fighting duo, as we all know. Batman and Bane working together to stop drugs on the streets.
Of which Joe Torre had been a victim
Right.
as a child. And so I wanted to support it. And so then Donald Trump gave him the golf course in New York to have a tournament on, and I played in it a couple of times. And the day I was there, he would typically, Donald Trump would come out and play a few holes with us. And he somehow knew I had flown in Jeffrey Epstein's aircraft, and he said, you know, we had some great times together over the years, but we fell out, all because of a real estate deal. And he said, I'm sorry it happened. That's all.
Do you recall whether President Trump was the first one to affirmatively bring up the subject of Jeffrey Epstein?
No, but I'd be shocked if I did. I just don't do that.
I don't bring up the guy that's notorious for, you know, pedophilia and stuff. That was my bestie that I flew when I was playing a whole bunch of times. Yeah, understandable. All right, so I thought this was also super interesting. They asked him if he actually believes that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself.
I'd like to ask you personally and directly, do you believe that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself?
Are you asking him to speculate on how Mr. Epstein died?
Yes!
I'm asking what the president thinks of...
So you're asking his opinion?
Mr. President, was your friend, Jeffrey Epstein, suicidal?
Are you classifying him as a friend who he has testified that he was friendly?
He has called him a friend in a letter.
He said friendly, not a friend! But in a letter, he wrote that he's a friend. So, like, dude, these lawyers are vicious. Like, oh my God.
He said he was friendly, but not. You've asked for his testimony.
Mr. President, do you believe that Jeffrey Epstein was suicidal?
Oh, you know.
Was he ever
She's asking for the
suicidal?
best of your
I
understanding.
don't know. I only know what the medical finding was.
It's unbelievable. Well, the medical founding found a lot of really weird things. For example, the medical, the guy actually said that he was killed by strangulation, not by, you know, hanging himself, and then changed his mind. Said the broken bones in his neck looked more like a strangulation victim. That was one thing that was said. Another thing that was said was that Jeffrey Epstein was murdered in an actual FBI document. It was also dated to the day before Jeffrey Epstein died, suspiciously. His body was also swapped in the ambulance. This is corroborated by the FBI and the new Epstein files too. It's like, dude, like, this is unbelievable. And also just the fact that the security cameras weren't working, the security guards didn't notice, there was a mysterious guy that was unaccounted for in the prison at the time that no one knows who it is even now. Like, are we seriously supposed to even make believe that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself?
I think maybe he finally got caught.
And the lawyer's like, that's it, no.
I don't know. I've accepted it in my own mind. I don't know what happened.
Mr. President, what did you accept?
Wow, dude. And the lawyer's like, no, don't say anything,
That he killed himself or that he did not?
That he did, but I don't know.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Neither
Mr.
do you.
President.
We don't. None of us know.
Oh, really? None of us know? Really? None of us know? I don't know. And neither do you. What are you asking me? Oh my God, he looked so fucking guilty there. It's crazy. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just because he's old and shaking and stuff. But I feel like this guy looks scared out of his gourd, bro. All right, so here Bill Clinton said the quiet part out loud.
Individual by the name of Sarah Ransom.
I don't believe so.
Okay. There have obviously been claims made about you, and I do not believe that these claims are credible. The reason I am asking you specifically about that name is because that individual stated that you were in sex tapes, okay? It was unfounded and it was discredited. But given the politicization of this entire investigation, Do you believe that it would be appropriate of members of this committee to bring in witnesses, whether it is about you or another president, that have unfounded allegations regarding sexual claims of misconduct?
That's not a decision for me to make.
As a recommendation in regards to avoiding trafficking, et cetera, and bringing justice for the victims, would you make that recommendation to this committee?
Congressman, just so I understand the question, you're saying if the witness has unfounded claims?
Well, I don't believe that Sarah Ransom's claims about the president are founded. I don't believe that there's sex tapes with you, President Clinton.
No, I'm just asking about your question. Is it, you're not asking if somebody with plausible claims should be brought in. You're asking if somebody with implausible, unfounded claims.
Correct, because these claims were found to be unfounded by investigators.
So are you asking his opinion?
Yes, because we are trying to figure out in regards to being able to further this investigation and whether or not we are going to be interviewing other individuals regarding sex trafficking, avoiding in the future. I know that you and your wife have both been big on this issue.
Yeah.
So I'm asking you.
Two people, the two biggest anti-sex trafficking people ever. Jeffrey Epstein's besties. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Would you think that it would be appropriate that this committee bring in someone like Sarah Ransom, who has unfounded claims that have been debunked in this investigation? It's
So he
a
answered
simple
the question about, he answered this question when you first asked it then, when he said that it wasn't for him to make those decisions.
Well, I'm asking for his recommendation to the committee and follow-up.
Yeah, this seems like a bit of a dumb question, not gonna lie.
It's not a gotcha question. This is obviously a very serious investigation.
Well, first of all, I recommend that you have on your staff a prosecutor who's had a lot of experience in this, dealing with these cases. Normally, it's not a good idea to bring in a witness that you know is lying.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Thank you.
Oh, really? You don't say. Normally, it's not a good idea to bring in a witness who you know is lying. Exactly. This investigation focuses on credible evidence, real traffickers, justice for victims, not debunked allegations and political theater. And unfortunately, this goes completely against the basic Democrat narrative that are all pushing this idea that Trump is a pedophile based on absolute zero evidence. Zero evidence! Not one shred of actual evidence that Trump did anything wrong here. Like, again, this is unbelievable. It's shocking that anyone should know this. Bill Clinton seems to know it, all right? Like, this is wild. All right? And, dude, it keeps getting worse for the leftoids.
It's on here.
Yes, we can hear you.
Was Jeffrey Epstein on, you apparently took 26 flights on planes connected to Jeffrey Epstein. Was he on every flight you were on?
Was he on every flight I was on? That's a good question.
If you know.
What?
If you know, their flight manifest,
Yeah,
do you know?
There'll be a record of it, but I think he was, or certainly on most.
You think he was? Well, that's okay. Was Ghislaine Maxwell on every flight you were on, as far as you remember?
The same answer. I think she was, but there'll be a record of it.
So they were besties, huh?
Okay. When you took these flights,
Man.
You're saying a lot of them were on behalf of your foundation or your charitable work, correct?
Yes.
Who did you normally bring on these flights? I assume, employees
Get ready.
of the foundation.
Who else was on these very charitable flights with you and Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell?
I brought people who work with me, especially people who would have to follow up on the fundraising, or people who were involved in my AIDS work. I bought
Get ready.
people who.
Just like I never go anywhere alone. You never went anywhere alone, right?
What? No.
We always have an
And
entourage.
I had the Secret Service with me, and then on occasion, I had people who had volunteered to help us and wanted to see what we were doing. For example, I think it was on one of these trips. I think that I had my first trip for the man who's now the governor of Illinois, J.B. Pritzker, and his wife. They gave they helped me get started.
Oh, another leftoid. It doesn't stop, bro. He admits he brought Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker and his wife on Jeffrey Epstein's infamous Lolita Express plane. What he claims was his first trip. These guys, yup, that's pretty insane. That's crazy. Oh my God, it's wild. Right now, dude, and these questions, they really lambasted him here.
What did happen, Mr. President?
I don't know. I mean, I've already told you this. I'll tell it again. I never saw anybody do anything wrong.
Sure.
I thought they were flight attendants.
He thought that the sex trafficking, very often child victims, were flight attendants. Okay, all right.
Do flight attendants typically wear tank tops and jeans?
Oh! Destroyed. It's so over. They have photos of the women that were being trafficked in tank tops and jeans on the plane. And you really thought they were flight attendants, bro?
They don't all wear uniforms on private planes.
Oh,
Yes,
then he
sir.
drinks.
Most are dressed
Oh
public
my God, with the shaky hand.
business class.
Oh, that's awful, dude. That's so bad. That is so bad. It's so bad. Oh my God, it's crazy.
First question I have for you, Mr. President. Have you ever lied in a deposition?
No.
Have you ever lied
No.
under oath?
No.
No. I wanted to wrap up with that one because, yes, Clinton was impeached for lying under oath about having an affair with an intern. Okay? So he starts off his entire deposition with Jeffrey Epstein lying about the fact that he's never lied under oath. So take it for what you will. We are getting justice. It will happen. The wheels of justice turn slowly, but I am firmly on board with completely and utterly legally castrating and crucifying pedophiles. Once we have actual evidence, mostly peaceful crucifixion and castration of pedophiles, it'll be diabolical. Everyone loves it. And I will walk you through my exact terminology and ideology because I saw a lot of pushback on this. They said, Nux, I thought you have biblical values. Why would you do this? I'll explain. It's very simple, actually. There's this idea of self-defense. You kill someone before they kill you. A pedophile is most likely to reconvict and rape another kid. Children who are abused have increased suicide rates, which, in my opinion, the fault of that falls onto the pedophile. So therefore, a pedophile is an attempted murderer with the very high likelihood of actually attempting to murder again. In my opinion, basic self-defense is biblically to crucify pedophiles, or at least castrate them. All right, that's at the very least. Now, obviously, I want absolute evidence, empirical data, 100%, not just shot in the dark, not just because you were mentioned in the Epstein files. There needs to be actual, complete, verified evidence, and I'm happy that people are actually seemingly sort of taking this seriously. This is not being forgotten. Everyone that thinks that this Iran war is some sort of a diversion from the Epstein files is absolutely retarded. This is still happening. Justice will happen. God is great, and I cannot wait until this, like, Epstein-era boomer politicians are out and we have, like, a new generation of young blood people in office that actually aren't completely and utterly tied to this gigantic shitstorm of cover-ups and secrecy over the last 20-something years. God bless the United States of America. God bless you. Definitely subscribe. We talk about killing pedophiles here occasionally. See you in the next one. Bye. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.